Can we even call this month on the internet? It's really just turning into a month review. Shout out to the three of you who haven't clicked off the video yet.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya.
Hello guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on my channel today. And we are back by not popular demand, by me just actually wanting to do a series for once. We're back with this month on the internet, which is really just a month review of what's happened globally over the last month. But this time it's going to be the last 2 months. If you didn't notice, I did not upload a February this month on the internet. Reason being is because I was quite busy in the beginning of March, and by the time I had time to write a script for it and film it, it was around about the middle of March, and I'm like, you know what, might as well combine February and March together. What isn't a brilliant scenario for most of us. If you didn't know about this, you probably do, you probably should. We've reached over 1 million cases worldwide, over like 70,000 deaths, but luckily we've had about 300,000 people recover, which has been really good to see. Anyway, let's continue on with the video and let's get this one started. So welcome to this last 2 months on the internet. February, and we continue our brilliant start to the year. Why? First of all, we had the Australian bushfires. That was devastating. Now we've got the coronavirus. Why did you say that? Now this video is going to get demonetized. And like I said, this was all taking place where we had a difficult time with the bushfire. Those ended on February 10th, which is ironically my little brother's birthday. Let's try that one again. This all happening while we had the massive effect by the bushfires, of course, which ended on February 10th, ironically my little bro's birthday. And there was a massive rain front that kind of swept them out and got rid of that. So that all the bushfires in New South Wales, there was about 30 still going. They got put out, thankfully, for that. And this ended what was probably one of the worst bushfire seasons Australia's ever seen. 46 million acres burnt. We had over 1 billion animals unfortunately pass away, and we also had 34 people who unfortunately lost their lives. Can this really get any worse? Yes it can, because then people started to bulk buy toilet paper. You're like, Tim, how is that worse? Happened? Well, of course, there was the US politics where Donald Trump was acquitted and the presidential race was in full swing. There was the NBA All-Star Game, which was quite interesting. Team Giannis tried to get out of practice.
Put on this whole weekend for the fans, and you're right. You want to come out here, have fun, put on a little show, but also have something productive here.
What's going on here? Look, they trying to stack the balls.
That's a good way to get out of practice.
There was a Super Bowl and the Daytona 500, where there was a massive incident involving Ryan Newman. Alfa Romeo esports racing team's team principal and F1 content creator Arava. Yeah, his channel got suspended. Arava took to Twitter announcing that his YouTube channel had been suspended. He wasn't too happy about it, let's say that. He was in contact with YouTube as much as possible to try and get it back, and this all happening at 2 a.m. in the morning in London, which is where he lives. Fun. So it turns out that YouTube had taken down a bunch of channels, Arava's being one of them, for spam and all this other copyright, community guidelines, spam stuff, which was really confusing because he's done none of it, so that was brilliant. So he was working closely with Veloce Esports and a bunch of other people to try and get that back on track, and the support that was shown was awesome. We had tweets from Black Panther, Will and E, just to name a few, all trying to get YouTube's attention onto this. And after, 4, 5, 6 hours, he finally got his channel back up and running. So go chuck him some support. He probably would have lost a couple of viewers because of this whole thing, considering the fact his channel was down for 6 hours. So make sure to go check him out. I'll leave a link in the description, and yeah, please go support him if you feel like it. And finally, for February, General Motors had announced that they were pulling the Holden brand out of Australia. If you didn't know, I've been a massive motorsport fan my entire life, and this is really devastating. If you don't know, Supercars is a Australia-wide racing series where they race around different locations around Australia, including like Phillip Island. There's 2 in South Australia, so there's one in the CBD, and then one at Tailem Bend, and there's a bunch of other circuits around Australia, and they took that on, and it was going to be Holden Ford once again after Mercedes, Nissan, and Volvo pulled out. Volvo and Mercedes pulling out way before, but Nissan only just pulled out last year, and it was going to be Holden Ford back onto the original rivalry, which has graced this motorsport for over 50 years, just for General Motors to pull out Holden. So what will this mean for the Supercars series? Well, I don't know. My guess is as good as yours, but we will find out in the near future, especially with this whole coronavirus thing going down. And that's February. Now on to March. And it was my birthday. So thank you so much to all of you who sent out birthday wishes to me, and for those who didn't. But you know what would have been a really nice birthday gift? $1 million. But no, Mr. Beast and James Charles had that one covered. Mr. Beast sent out on Twitter saying, "I had a dream last night that I was playing James Charles in a rock, paper, scissors tournament for $1 million. But I woke up just before we found out the winner. Is this a sign?" James Charles then retweeted this saying, "I had the same dream. This is a sign." So, there you go. $1 million just gone. Just 2 guys playing rock, paper, scissors and $1 million just like that. You know what? Just cancel 2020 at this stage. Just cancel it. Bill Gates stepped down from the board of Microsoft, which was quite interesting. His reason for doing it is because he wants to focus on more philosophical stuff. And every sportsman was getting cancelled. MLB, NHL, EPL, soccer, NBA, you name it. It was all getting cancelled because of this coronavirus. NBA in particular, with Rudy Gobert making a joke about the coronavirus and touching on the microphones just to find out that he did actually have the virus. So most of these sports have been cancelled or postponed for the time being, including F1, which is not fun. And Tom Brady announced that he was leaving the New England Patriots to go join Tampa Bay. YouTube and Netflix's servers were on the verge of collapse. As you may know, most of us are working from home now. Most of us are at home, doing school at home or whatnot. And YouTube and Netflix struggle to keep their servers online because the demand for streaming services at the moment is huge, considering the fact most people actually resort to sport. But there's also a bunch of other E-series happening at the moment. So NBA's got their own E-series, I believe. IndyCar, Supercars, most of the racing ones do. As for the other sports, I'm not entirely sure. And a new trend of working out with your head, quite literally, started taking off. That's going to be it for this video. It was a little bit of a short one. I will have one hopefully coming out later next week. In fact, 2 coming out next week, depending on how this goes. If you do want to get involved in the series, letting me know what's happening around the globe, because I can't quite keep track of it. I'm not as good as you think I am. Then there will be a link in the description to my Twitter and my Facebook and my Instagram. DM me, letting me know if you've noticed anything interesting about that you want to let me know that could be involved in this series. And if you've got any feedback for me, let me know. Comment will be enabled on this video, considering the fact I mentioned coronavirus about 4 times and YouTube apparently demonetized that or something. I don't know. So comments will be enabled. So let me know what you thought in the comments section below. Also, about a year ago, I asked you guys to send in your questions for a Q&A Sunday. I'm actually going to try and start this series up and actually do it properly. Only issue is I lost most of your questions. So if you could DM me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, sending in your questions, that would be really awesome. For those of you who did send them in, I had a bunch of issues with trying to transport them, and then they ended up getting corrupted. And then the time on my story for me to look at them ran up. So that was fantastic, that was. So make sure you resend them in to me, DM me, put them in the comment section below. And I'll try and get that one out to you next Sunday, depending on how this goes. Okay, so I just finished editing that video, and I realised I missed out a bunch of stuff that I was going to mention. So I'm going to mention it now, and it will. If I didn't tell you that, you would think it's still part of the video. So I've just told you that I've finished editing. I think I'm confusing myself now. I wanted to let you know about a couple of things. First thing is Discord server. I have a Discord server if you didn't know about it. Feel free to join. There's a link in the description. Invite and everything in there. Please join. Please contribute to it. I'm thinking of starting up a series on the Discord server that will get you guys involved a little bit more. So fingers crossed that will work. I tried filming one on Tuesday, and that was a complete and utter mess. So, yeah, not going to do that one again. That kind of failed. So I need more people to do it, otherwise it would take about 3 days for people to reply in time. So yeah, feel free to join that if you want. Second thing, I have a Spotify. I'm on Spotify. I do music. If you didn't know about this, go check it out. I'm currently working on an album. It should be out September 18th. It depends on a couple of things, mainly coronavirus and what's happening with us, because yeah. It mainly just depends on the coronavirus. Otherwise, it will probably be done by September 18th. Meanwhile, I'm trying to save money and get stuff in order for it to be able to be easier for me to do it from home. Because I was originally going to outsource most of the stuff. I was going to go to places, get it properly done, and everything, and now that can't happen because of social distancing and you're allowed to leave your house. Well, you're not supposed to leave your house and stuff like that. So that's kind of ruined that plan. So yeah, there's that. Was there anything else I was going to mention? Yeah, send in your Instagram, Q&A Sunday things, please resend them in. If you did send them in before, like I said, I lost them. I'm sorry, I can't really do anything about it. All you got to do is message it through. It'll take about 10 seconds. I'm working on videos this week, so they should be up on the channel. Hopefully by the weekend, fingers crossed, depending on how everything goes. Depends if I lose my cool in one of them, which you've probably seen on Instagram, what I'm doing. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think. If I've missed anything, it'll be in the description. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you next time.